TFNN. The Trader's Edge with Steve Rhodes. Call now, toll free at 1-877-927-6648 or internationally at 727-873-7618. The Trader's Edge. Now, Steve Rhodes.
Good afternoon, folks. Welcome to the August 5th, the Thirsty Thursday edition of today's Trader's Edge show. I'm your host, Stevie Perseverance Rhodes, who absolutely knows that each of us should always be pioneers of our future versus prisoners of our past. Hope everyone out there is having a great day. Hey, let's make sure we have an extraordinary day. And the easiest way to do that is to always remember that life is happening for us, not to us. That's right. When you and I make that one little 2x4 shift, well, it means we can find the gift in every set of circumstance that life is going to toss at us. Now, today, you and I, we're going to go check out the circumstance of these markets. We'll go figure out what the bulls and bears, what those buyers and sellers are communicating to you and I just past 1 o'clock in the afternoon. I want you to know I'm absolutely grateful for your presence here. But more important than that, and that's this. During this next 60 minutes, I'm here to serve you. So feel free to pick up that phone. You can dial on in 877-927-6648. If you can't dial in, hey, I've got you covered there too. You can always send me an email. Send it to steve@tfnn.com. Inside the subject heading, please put radio show question. And in our Tiger's Den, well, any ping will do. So let's go ahead and get this show started on terrific Thursday. Of course, this is Tiger Financial News Network. I'm Steve Rhodes. Welcome to the show. All the indices trading the upside with the exception of the semis. They're down 16 points, 0.5%. The Dow is up 0.5%. That's 162 points. The S&P 0.3, 14 points. The NDX 100, 0.4, up 67. Russell's up 1.5%. 33 buckaroonies out there. Trannies are up 113. New York Stock Exchange 61. Leading the charge dollar-wise, the upside, you've got Mercado Libre, $212. Holy shnikes out there. Booking Holdings up 124. HubSpot's up 67. SciTime, maybe it's SciTime Corp up $41 or 30. That's some big movers out here. Star Surgical up 27 or 22%. To the downside, some big movers there too. Amedisys, I think, on $59 or 23%. 5RR International, 24% or $55. Nevro Corp, 25% or $37. Cigna, down 12 or 27. Inogen down 33 or 27. Yes, some big percentage movers to the downside. Of course, I want to look at what you want to look at. No request thus far. So, I do see one that has come in. But let's go take a look at the general markets, and we'll go back to that request. So what do we have going on here? Let's take a look at our TAS market profiles. Now, if you look at them, we can see the ES Mini has made its way up to the top of resistance, top of the profile, 44.16. The NQ is saying, Steve, I heard you for the last several days talk about a consolidation pattern I'm supposed to be in, and it's tinkering with breaking through that. Now, breaking through that would be a close today and tomorrow above 15,134. Price right now is 15,139. If we take a look at the Dow, the Dow is trading with inside the resistance level of its bearish structured profile. That's anywhere between 34,782 and 35,072. And the Russell 2000, which is having a nice day, it's inside a bullish structured daily profile. And it does suggest trying to make an attempt to move up to the 2283 level. I would say the NQ would be the one that would generate the signal to us as to whether or not that might happen. In fact, we should go take a look at the NQ because it's up at a resistance level. And typically when you get up there, if there's going to be a failure, we'll see it begin occurring on the short-term time frame chart. So let's do this here. Let's move over and take a look at our 8-panel charts for the NQ. And where do we begin? Let's begin. Well, we can begin anywhere we want. First, let me hit this button here. Yeah, okay. So now on a monthly basis, because price was able to overtake the high from last month, it is now entering bar number 8 of a TD9 count. So the monthly chart says there could be a top that forms in August, could be August, September, or October. If we look at the weekly time frame chart, the weekly time frame chart also has a TD9 count pattern out here. But this week's high, so the key here is going to be whatever this week's high ends up being, and presently inside the NQ, that number, I don't know that it will This is what it will be tomorrow. But the high today so far, 15,166.50. If price were to close above that, that's the assumption that that's the high next week, the high this week, but trades above it or closes above it next week. That tells you about a strong momentum move on the weekly time frame. The daily still has a Rhodes momentum indicator signal, but a close today above 15,135, was it? 15,134 would negate that pattern. So right now it's negated, but it's really an end of day signal. Okay, so we're up at potential topping signals, monthly, weekly, daily. What do we have for the 30-minute time frame? Do we have any kind of a topping signal? So as I look to this, I'd have to say the answer is no, unless I want to really draw on a small A to B equals CD pattern. But we'll go right now with no. I don't see a major topping signal. At the open this morning, the NQ moved down and tested its TD9 breakout level. That held, and then it just simply careened higher. So no topping signal on the 30. The 60-minute, yes, the 60-minute has a TD9 count top. Let's expand this chart. We'll be able to look at it together. We can see that about a couple hours ago, I know it's about, but let me give you the exact time. That exact time is 12 noon. So at 12 noon, we have the NQ forming a TD9 count top. Now, the first step, the first target, becomes the green oscillator and change line. That is printing right now as we speak. I've got to look at it this way. It's 15,134. So if price were to close below 15,134, then you're looking at 15,117, 15,098, 15,078, and finally 15,073. Those would be your levels of potential support on the way down. We don't have that signal just yet. First, what has to happen with this TD9 count is it needs to deal with the oscillator and change line, again, 15,134. So it is the 60-minute time frame, and only the 60-minute time frame, that has any kind of a topping signal. The 5-hour chart, as we take a look at it, negated its TD9 count. And it did it. It's doing it right now as we speak. Now, this 5-hour time frame, I believe this, it'll be 2 p.m. When this, so if the 2 p.m. close is above 15,108, the 5-hour time frame chart is saying the NQ may want to just simply bust through this consolidation or bust through the top of that daily profile out there. So only one time frame has a potential topping signal. So watch the 60-minute chart there for additional information. Let's continue doing this here. Maybe it won't be as thorough, but let's go take a look at the ES Mini. Take a look at our 9-panel charts out here. What do we have on the monthly time frame? No topping pattern whatsoever. Nothing that's been confirmed. Only bar number 6 of a TD9 count. The weekly, no topping pattern whatsoever. Bar number 7 may be forming this week of its TD9 count. The daily has a Rhodes momentum indicator top. But if price closes above 44.1675, it will negate that pattern. Of course, it'll also be above the top of its daily profile, and that would be bullish. On a 30-minute time frame chart, I don't see any kind of a any kind of a top out here. On a 60-minute, the same, other than price just hitting resistance at 44.15. So, yeah, the types of tops that we would typically see associated with getting up towards the top of these daily profiles, they're not standing out, or at least they're not standing out at 114 in the afternoon. Let's switch real quickly and take a look at the Russell 2000. Let's look at the strong dog in the market right now as of 114 of the 4 equity future contracts. It does have a TD9 count top for the monthly. It does have a Rhodes momentum indicator top for the weekly. It has a Rhodes momentum indicator top for the daily. I just have to go back kind of far to show that to you. What do you know about the 30-minute time frame chart? Well, on the 30-minute, where'd that box come from? Oh, we're about to go to a break. That's where that box came from. Steve Rhodes with TFNN. We get back, we'll finish taking a look at the Russell 2000.
Steve Rhodes started his trading career as a student almost 20 years ago, and the student has now become the master. Steve won the prestigious Timer of the Year award in 2018 and barely missed that mark again in 2019, finishing at number 2 for the year. An amazing accomplishment. Steve Rhodes is committed to sharing his techniques and knowledge with anyone who wants to learn, and he shares his vast amount of trading knowledge every day in his Mastering Probability newsletter. Steve's award-winning newsletter, Mastering Probability, is delivered every trading day with updates throughout the afternoon. Sign up for Steve's market newsletter, Mastering Probability, and you'll receive access to 7 of Steve's educational webinars absolutely free. At TFNN, all our newsletters come with a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have absolutely nothing to worry about. Visit TFNN.com and try Mastering Probability 30 days risk-free today. TFNN, educating investors.
What's separating you from the most successful men and women on Wall Street? That's right, information. Having all the information gives us the perspective we need to place the right trades at the right time. The TAS Profile Scanner is the premier market profile-based scanner. Powered by its acclaimed TAS proprietary algorithms, this feature-rich scanner instantly filters over 2,500 plus global financial markets, such as stocks, ETFs, commodities, futures, and Forex. This powerful suite of tools leverages instant trade filtering and strategy formulation to show you emerging trades before they happen. For a limited time, you can save $100 off your first month by using the promo code UPGRADE, and you still get a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have nothing to risk. Level the playing field with the TAS Profile Scanner, which you can find under the Services tab at TFNN.com. Sign up today.
Sharpening your skills as an investor is like getting better at playing a musical instrument. You have to practice, sure, but you also need excellent instruction from experts. At TFNN, you'll get advice and guidance from the authority in technical market analysis. And it's not just dry, tedious text either. TFNN airs live financial content streamed live on TFNN.com and TFNN's YouTube channel with Tiger TV, live every market day from 8:30 a.m. to 4 p.m. Eastern, for free. Each host is an experienced trader and gives their take on the market while taking calls and questions live from around the world. From the moment the market opens until the closing bell sounds, Tiger TV has 8 different shows with expert hosts to help you make the right moves with your money. Watch online at TFNN.com or on TFNN's YouTube channel and become the investor you were born to be. TFNN, educating investors.
Call now, toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-873-7618.
Welcome back, folks. So we're looking at the Russell 2000, the equity future contract. In the daily time frame, you can see even a small consolidation pattern that is formed out here. So prices is trading inside that. It's been back and forth above the oscillator and change line, so it's not providing us with a very clear signal out here. The 30-minute chart is the only time frame that has identified of the time frames that we're looking at here, that has identified a topping signal. It was a TD9 count pattern. And what this suggests out here, and there's a new profile. This is a very wide profile. It's bullish in structure. So this suggests that price and oscillator and change line should test each other. Right now, the oscillator and change line is 22.19 and price is at 22.26. So there should be some meeting. And if it's a test and rejection, then that would be bullish, and it could be set up a signal to move back to the recent highs in the 22.56 level. So the only topping signal out here for the Russell comes from the 30-minute time frame. We've got some questions that have come in, so let's go to those. One inside the Tiger's Den wants to take a look at the GDX. So let's pull up the GDX. Let's change screens out here. Give me a moment to do that. And we'll look at its 3 different time frames, market profile time frame, and that's how we'll begin. So we can see here that the GDX at this stage of the game is pulled back into its daily profile. It's really an equally balanced profile out there. So there are buyers and sellers that reside at 34.22. There's more buyers than sellers at 33.72. And more sellers at 34.72. Price is also pulled back to test the bottom of its weekly profile out there. So in one sense, as we take a look at these charts here, there is potential support for the GDX at this level. The other thing that we can do is we know that the GDX moved higher back on July 29th. It did it with 29 million shares. The low of that gap, meaning the high of July 28th, is 34.19. And this morning price got to 34.18. So it's filled the gap. It's tested and rejected that swing point. That swing point really volume there of, as I said, 29 million, and right now we're at 7.2. So from a swing point standpoint, if that's how you were going to trade, then you've got the rejection or price coming back into that breakout level. Let's look at a white background chart, see if there's any other signals out here. As we look at this, we can see that on the daily time frame, it has a Rhodes momentum indicator bottom. Price above the oscillator and change line, and that center of that profile. So if you're long, the recommendation would be to stay long at this stage of the game. On a weekly chart out here, what do we have? Ideally, this would close the week if you're long to close above 35.08, that red oscillator and change line. If I look at the short-term time frame chart, the 30-minute, what do I have? Just wave number 7, price coming back into that gap, but no clear indication for the 30-minute time frame that the bottom is in. What would need to occur there is first price would have to close above that red oscillator and change line for the 30 minutes. That's 34.59. But then what we have here is a bearish structured profile for the 30-minute that formed above price. So a counter trend move would find resistance at 34.74, and a real bottom would say, hey, I'm going to keep moving up to at least the 34.92 level. So that's what I see when I take a look at the charts for the GDX, the daily, weekly, and the 30-minute time frame chart. So I hope that helps you out inside the Tiger's den. The next question coming in from, let's see here, David H. David in Tomball, Texas. And David wants to look at ExxonMobil. He's looking for an entry point into XOM. So as we take a look at ExxonMobil, right now just consolidating with inside its daily profile and below the bottom of its weekly. So that would suggest price, your entry area, your ideal potential entry area is at 55.31, the bottom of that bullish structured profile. This chart here doesn't, the only indication that could occur is the mere fact that price is trading below, now for week number 4, the week below the bottom of its weekly profile. Let's pull over my other charts out here, see if there's any other information for us. As we look at the daily time frame, the daily time frame shows us what? It's still below the oscillator and change line, and so your entry point is going to be between 55.31 and 55.44. Now, you'll like to see some type of bottoming signal on a short-term time frame as price is getting down there. On a weekly chart, as I take a look at it, there's nothing there to suggest anything different than what we've just spoken about. So at this stage of the game, David, my recommendation is to be patient. And that patient area is going to be in that 55.31-ish area. So thanks so much for writing in and listening to the show, and we'll look forward to hearing from you again soon. Next question, let's see, coming in from the Ruby in the Tiger's Den. Ruby says, can you look at high-grade copper using a 2-minute chart? Let me create a 2-minute chart here. So new, I hope this doesn't take too long to do, but you know what, Ruby? Let me do this, because it could take a few minutes for me to populate that. Let me go to some additional questions here that are easier to do that. During the break, I'll get that set up. When we come back from the break, we'll take a look at the 2-minute time frame for the Russell 2000 equity future contract. Thanks, I appreciate that. So let's go to our next question. This one coming in from Nancy. Nancy's question is, would we look at Apple? Seems to be stuck in a trading range. So let's go take a look at Apple. That trading range could just simply be its profile level. So let's look at that, and boom, voila, there you have it. So the trading range, it's a brand new, I say brand new, it formed back on July 28th, and it's a bullish structured profile, and price is consolidated with inside that. Now, when price closes above the center of that profile, Nancy, the signal to us is that price should be able to make its way to 149.01. But you're absolutely correct, it is trading inside of a consolidation, sideways trading. Let me, on the weekly chart out here, the weekly chart is above its bearish structured profile, so that's positive. The monthly is above all profile levels, so that is positive. I will pull over my white background charts as soon as I can. There we go. And look at the daily. Begin looking at the daily. So do we see any kind of signals out here inside of the daily time frame chart for Apple? TD9 count top has led to, in essence, a consolidation, sideways move out here. The new profile forms above the other profile. Even those are valid top. Profile-wise, it says it still has its bullish ways. But really, price would have to close above, I believe it's 150 even. Stephen, is that the round number high? 150 even. Close above 150 even, it's off to the races. But right now, Nancy, it is just consolidating with inside that daily profile, and there you go. You've got the parameters. On a weekly basis, are there any other signals out here? There is not. So Apple really does look bullish. It's just contending with its daily time frame. So Nancy, thanks so much for writing in. I hope that helps you out. Let's take a look at our next question. Next question coming in from Hector. Hector, Nancy got in before you. Hector wanted to take a look at Apple as well. We often hear, can't bust them down, going to bust them up. Apple looks like it's getting ready to do that. Hopefully the look that we just reviewed It's got valid tops. It just led to a sideways move. And the answer to that question is it's got to close above 150, at least 149.01, but really 150 in order to be able to get that breakout message. But the weekly and monthly look pretty good. So that was for Hector and Nancy. Thanks to both of you for writing in. Always appreciated. And folks, I'd love to hear from you as well. And you can do that by sending me an email if you'd like, steve@tfnn.com. Inside that subject heading, please put radio show question. Of course, our phone lines are open right now, 877-927-6648. So what are we going to do next? What are we going to do next? I know what we're going to do next. We're going to waste 5 seconds here so that I can start working on Ruby's 2-minute chart for the Russell 2000. We'll go see if we can answer questions. This is Steve Rhodes with TFNN. We'll be right back.
Are you having fun trading the markets but having trouble finding like-minded individuals to discuss your trading and investment ideas with? Become an apex predator in the trading markets and join the Tiger's Den Trading Room only at TFNN.com. The Tiger's Den is an exclusive trading room where successful traders from around the world come to exchange trades and ideas. Join the den and surround yourself with the sharpest minds in the trading world. Subscribers to the Tiger's Den are also the first to have their questions answered live on air and can privately chat with our TFNN hosts live during their shows. Interact with other Tigers and Tigresses as they share trading ideas, news analysis, and discuss the market action all trading day. Subscribe to the Tiger's Den risk-free with our 30-day money-back guarantee and become part of the TFNN trading community. TFNN, educating investors.
You could be making money off the stock market. And if you're already making money off the stock market, you could be making a lot more. Check out TFNN and Tiger TV and get expert investing advice to give you the power to control your financial future. Go to TFNN.com and find the newsletter for you. Whether you're into trading gold, metals, futures, currencies, or options, you'll get advice and analysis to help you seriously get ahead. TFNN also features trading services with a 30-day money-back guarantee for new subscribers, as well as TFNN's Tiger Den Trading Room, trading software, and educational webinars for all trading levels. And make sure you check out Tiger TV for free on TFNN.com or TFNN's YouTube channel for live financial content from 8:30 a.m. to 4 p.m. Eastern on market days. Stop watching on the sidelines while other people get rich and become the investor you were born to be. TFNN, educating investors.
TFNN is excited about our new software charting program, The Art of Timing the Trade Charts. In collaboration with Tom O'Brien and using his best-selling book, The Art of Timing the Trade, Your Ultimate Trading Mastery System, David White has programmed an outstanding piece of software that will complement any trader's methodology. Using this first-of-its-kind program, The Art of Timing the Trade Charts allows you to scan thousands of stocks for Fibonacci formation setups, including Gartley's, ABC's, butterflies, and much more. The Art of Timing the Trade Charts is designed to help you when scouring the markets for stocks just beginning to form the trading patterns that many investors spend days, weeks, or even months searching to find. And right now, we're offering licenses available at only $79 a month. We are so confident that you're going to love this new charting software that will even give you a 30-day unconditional money-back guarantee. Don't miss out on this incredible new piece of software. Get your copy of The Art of Timing the Trade Charts today by visiting TFNN.com.
This segment is brought to you by Thinkorswim. For more information, just click the Thinkorswim banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
Welcome back, folks. Sorry about that. It was not the Russell 2000. It was Dr. Copper that Ruby wanted to take a look at. And we'll go take a look at those short-term time frames. I've got a 2 and a 5. And we can look at some others as well. So I did get that set up. But the question is, I'm not sure what the question is. Let me see here. Ruby, is this a chance to break this morning's resistance? out here. Well, let me tell you what it is that I see. Just simply, so when I look at the current active contract, it is still September, and as we take a look at it, it completed it generated an A to B equals CD pattern. It never formed a bearish reversal candle from this high. Okay, not all the time do they do that. So, but in this case, here is 1.272. Now, what we know, Ruby, is that there was a bearish structured profile that formed, and it formed below price. This profile formed right here in the trading day of July 29th. That was below price. That's a bullish message. But we also know is if the move is just a retracement, where it should find retracement is at the center of that bearish structured profile. That measures 4.304. This morning's low, 4.305. So that is a sign of a potential bottom. Now, you can still trade the December contract. It's just not the active contract right now. And as we take a look at it, it's really doing the same thing, which is testing the center of its profile out there. So that's one possibility. Now, before I get to the 2-minute charts out here, Ruby, I just want to make sure we have the bigger picture. So the bigger shows potential, and that potential is just a counter trend rally. No Stevie bottom, no Rhodes momentum indicator signal, no TD9 count bottom that is present. So it says we want to see some really good reasons on the short-term time frame charts to anticipate a potential bottom. On the weekly chart out here, the weekly chart just shows that price is consolidating within its bullish structured profile. That's anywhere between 416 to 450. Monthly chart, I don't have anything that shows a top out there, but I would really need more data. I'd have to use something other than I'd have to use the continuous contract as opposed to the September contract. So let's look at the short term, and we'll get to the 2 and 3 minute. On a 15-minute basis, I got wave number 7. That's letter G. At the bottom, price is taking out a resistance at 4.34. Now price is trading back below it, but that's a sign of a potential bottom. 30-minute time frame chart out here, Rhodes momentum indicator bottom. Price is consolidating within its profile. That range from 433 to 435. Now, Ruby, on a 30-minute time frame, you can see the oscillator and change line has turned green. Price and that should catch up to each other. It'll be that test that will tell you whether this is bullish or not. Now, if it's not, you really need to see it close below 433, the bottom of that profile level. So that's a 30-minute. On a 65-minute, we've got a Rhodes momentum indicator bottom. And again, price just consolidating with inside its current profile. On 130-minute, we have a wave number 7 consolidating with inside its bullish structured profile. The 195, nothing to assist us. So we do have intraday signals out here that suggest that a bottom may be in high-grade copper. There's certain levels that need to be cleared in order to prove that self to us. And now let's go down and see on these really ultra short-term time frames, the first one being the 2-minute, which we have here, if they are helping us. And Ruby, they're really not. When I say they're really not, I don't have any patterns out here. I see, as you do, I'm sure, the sideways consolidation that's been established, even on a 2-minute chart out here. What I would be watching to the downside is $4.34. That's the bottom of its bullish structured profile for a 2-minute time frame. If price closed below that, that's going to tell you about a move back to its breakout area of about 434. If you're asking, can this break out to the upside, that signal wouldn't come until you closed about 4.350. Now, that's from a 2-minute time frame chart out there. The 5-minute chart, so I just simply put that up on the screen. And what do I have here? Not much. Just more of that consolidation. The TD9 count bottom took price above its took price above the oscillator and change line as well as the top of the profile, but right now it's back inside there. So real support here is going to be the low of the day. So that's a full detailed analysis of high-grade copper. I do hope that helps you out, and thanks so much for being patient and waiting for that. Our next question, let's see here. Terry, you asked me if I can pull up Ether USD. I can't. Not because I don't want to, because eSignal doesn't pick up that. To my knowledge, I mean, I could try it, but I don't think that's the signal that it would be. Yeah, I'd really have to do some searching to figure out how to get that, Terry. So maybe during the break I'll do, or maybe you can just put an eSignal symbol for the Ethereum US dollar, see if anything comes up. But I'll also try to look in about 3-4 minutes when that next break comes about. There was also a request. I can't look at Bitcoin though, if that helps you out. But Ethereum, I don't think that I can. We've got 2 requests on YouTube. One to take a look at the 30-year Treasury. So let's pull up the 30-year Treasury charts out here. Where does Stevie have those? Here we go. So on the 30-year Treasury, what we've got is we have price above the daily, weekly, and monthly profiles. So that's bullish. And what we can see, though, is there is a sort of descending trend line for the 30-year Treasury. Price tagged it yesterday. It's just a sideways move out here. We'll go take a look at some. Let me get that actually going on this set of charts out here, ZB09, 21, and we could take a look at some other intraday time frames. But this suggests that price right now should go try again to take out the resistance from yesterday. That high was 167. There's a level of 167 and 4 ticks out there. So that's the resistance to the upside. If price closed above that, then you're looking at 170, 101. That's the center of its quarterly profile out here. Let's pull over the other charts for the 30-year Treasury, see what we see on a. So you see wave number 7 out here. And if price can close above that, that's the high that we were looking at. That's a positive. On a weekly basis, as we look at, I do not have enough data. Let's go to short-term time frames. 15-minute, don't have much there. 30-minute, let's populate this. What do we have? Aha. So at this version of prior lows out here, this morning, at about 12, not this morning, right at noon, you got bar number 8 of a TD9 count that was confirmed at 12:30. Now price is going to deal with, and since I the bull is structured out here. So if price can clear 165, now I always have to, what's 85% of 32? About 25. So if price closes above 165.25, then that's going to suggest a move up to 166 and 166.06 or 166.16. So you've got a valid bottom on the 30-minute chart. Watch that oscillator and change on to see if price can take that out. On a 65-minute chart, no, nothing. I don't think we're going to have anything on these next two. Yeah, nothing here that I really see other than support holding. And that was a 130 and a 195-minute chart. So holding support the bottom of its profile. So, Mose, I hope that helps you out with regard to what the 30-year Treasury bonds are doing. The next question inside the Tiger's Den was to take a look at Amazon. So to look at Amazon, I need to get back here being my 3-panel charts. Let's punch in AMZN and get that going on my other charts. And what we see on Amazon is a brand new profile that has formed. And it looks like the bottom and the center are the same. So what Amazon has here, if you're long, what you're really watching for now is how does price deal with 33.41. Sorry about that. The low today, 33.40.92. That is a strong level of support. And that suggests at least a bounce to 34.23. Price trade right now at 33.83. We'll be right back.
Are you in the market for buying or selling real estate in the Bay Area, including the surrounding St. Petersburg, Tampa, and Clearwater markets? Tiger Real Estate LLC is a firm that has extensive experience in the Tampa Bay area. Whether you're looking to sell your current property for maximum value, or you're in the market for a second home or investment property, Tiger Realty has the experience across all areas of real estate in the Tampa Bay area to help buyers and sellers make the most informed decisions across all price levels. From the price you should be paying per square foot in certain up-and-coming areas to the type of cash flow investment properties are capable of creating, Tiger Real Estate can help you make the best decision when it comes to all areas of the market. Before you make one of the biggest decisions of your financial future, call Tiger Real Estate LLC today at 727-329-8322 or email us at tiger@tfnn.com. That's 727-329-8322. Call us today.
The technology around us is changing every day. With so much happening, it can seem impossible to keep up with all the information. David White's investment newsletter, The Technology Insider, is designed to give you all the information you need to understand the technology that shapes today's markets and tomorrow's future. David White has made his living staying on the cutting edge of technology. His weekly newsletter will give you specific recommendations for value tech stocks, as well as entry prices, target prices, and stops to set for each trade. Dave delivers his weekly newsletters every Friday with updates throughout the week. You can get the Technology Insider at TFNN.com for only $37.50. Sign up for David's newsletter, The Technology Insider, and get an inside look at everything the technology sector has to offer. Try it risk-free today with our 30-day money-back guarantee. TFNN, educating investors.
Biotech is booming, but for how long? Whether you think the biotech bull has room to run or has run its course, trade LABU or LABD. Direction's daily S&P Biotech 3 times bull and bear ETFs. Visit directioninvestments.com/biotech today. An investor should consider the investment objectives, risks, charges, and expenses of the Direction shares carefully before investing. The prospectus and summary prospectus contain this and other information about Direction shares. To obtain a prospectus or summary prospectus, please contact Direction shares at 866-476-7523. The prospectus or summary prospectus should be read carefully before investing. An investment in the funds is subject to risk, including the possible loss of principal. The funds are designed to be utilized only by sophisticated investors such as traders and active investors. Distributor Foreside Fund Services, LLC.
Don't forget, you can listen to TFNN live on your mobile device 24 hours per day. Go to TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV. That's TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV.
Folks, we're going to check back in with Amazon in a moment because we have a caller on the line. We've got call ahead seating. So let's go to Gary in Michigan. Hey, Gary, thanks for calling. Thanks for holding. How are you?
Hey, well, it's been a little crazy, but I wanted to say a big thank you to you for all you do, but especially the other day when you stepped out and with the heart scan, I actually have some issues that popped up in a recent thing, a test, and so yeah. I'm definitely paying more attention, and I just appreciate you and all you do, and you step out. I also sent you an email. I'm a huge ivermectin fan myself, so I sent you a resource on that.
Yeah.
But anyways, thank you, and I'm going to look at Nu Skin when you get.
Yeah. So I've got Nu Skin on the. Now I remember you're kind of a long-term holder of this. Is that correct?
So what I've been doing since the last time we talked, when you were saying, "Hey, don't be buying anything near term," and you were right because it was at about where it is today now, and it went down to around 50-ish. Yes. But that was fine because what I'm doing is they popped in the March option on it, and so that when that came open, and that's what I've been waiting for because I'll get 2 more reporting periods out of it, and I know what's going to happen this quarter because we just had an incredible rollout of this collagen product. And so the bottom line is, I've been just buying up the 60s in the March contract, but now with it popping up again, they're getting rich, and I'm thinking of moving. I've moved a little bit into the 70s and 65, but you had given me before the range, and I want to also see because I got a small put for this month. If what the range is for right now, if this is just a consolidation pop today, or if we broke out a little bit. Or and then longer term, when we break out over that 63 range, if that is still valid, that its next, stop up is around in that 80 range, and then if what's beyond 80.
Okay, so great. I think I can retain all of that. We'll find out momentarily as we take. So as we take a look at the Nu Skin,
so it's we should relate in a lot of ways.
Yeah. But so we have the 3-panel Nu Skin charts out: daily, weekly, and monthly. On the daily, what we see here is a confirmed A to B equals CD pattern. Now, the reason that we say that it's confirmed is because of the bullish reversal candle that developed on July 20th. That was a bullish engulfing candle out there. So that's really all we needed to confirm that A to B equals CD. Now, what we also knew, though, at that stage was price was below the bottom of its daily profile, which it's tested a couple of different times and failed. Today, you've gotten up all the way to the center, 55.62. It's an equally distributed profile, meaning it's neither leaning bearish or bullish out here. First, to answer your question, one of your questions, price is going to need to clear 57.30 to even suggest that you're out of the woods. Granted, there's still a valid bottoming pattern here. For that valid bottoming pattern on the daily to tell you have a change in trend, you need to see 2 consecutive closes above 56.51. So before I go any further, I just want to make sure that so on the daily time frame, yes, you have a confirmed by the D point, a Gartley buy pattern. But now what you're doing is you're struggling, or it's struggling, or price is struggling where sellers are at because price is below the bottom of that profile. That's 54.73, 55.62, 56.51 out here. The 57.30, Gary, came because price is below the bottom of the weekly profile, which is also equally distributed, so not providing us with a ton of information. So before I go any further, I wanted to ask if you had any questions about that information.
No, I'm writing fast and furious. That's great.
Okay, so now let's pull open the white background chart. I just have the daily, weekly, and 30-minute to look at. So the daily shows us as that A to B equals CD pattern was forming, it was at a second TD9 breakout level of 51.85. So that's a positive. And certainly hints at a potential of a bottom out here, just battles up ahead. The weekly time frame chart, we just have a consolidation. It's still in this large kind of sideways consolidation that it's been in for a while. So it's really the daily, and then if there is a bottom, what we should see in Nu Skin on the 30-minute time frame is we should see a bottom signal, which we do. That's wave number 7. That's letter G. That did form the bottom. Big move higher. No topping pattern that's in play. Price got above 54.18, which on a 30-minute was its TD9 breakdown level, and 54.85. So the 30-minute is saying it's going to make a real attempt at that bottom that we see on the daily time frame. Now, does that information help you?
Of course, yeah, great.
Okay, so it's got potential. It absolutely does. It's just you're up against some sellers out there, and I don't know whether the buyers are going to be able to take them out or not. But you've got the bottom signals that you would need inside of Nu Skin.
That's great. And then when you break past that 50, the 57.30 in that range, if it breaks past that, where's that next level up after that then?
59.46, 59.46, and 61.62. Those would be your areas to watch. Those are the weekly center and top of their profiles.
Got it. And once they break that, is it still valid? The 60, was it what is that point where it breaks past that point? Is there still a huge upside once it gets past that number in the 60 something range?
Yep. Yeah, 82.85. Now remember, we're looking at a weekly chart, so it's not like you're going to see that overnight.
No, I get this.
Yeah,
but in March of next year. So
yeah,
I get
the real price point, Gary, that price needs to close above on a weekly basis is 63.85. 63.85 was a Rhodes Momentum Indicator top, it was a TD9 count top, and so that's really the key resistance level. So just so you've got it straight. So close above 63.85 on a weekly basis, as we look at the charts right now, would be signaling to move up to 82.85.
Got it. Okay, perfect. Thanks so much, Steve.
You're
Appreciate
welcome.
You and everything you do. And blessings and be well. Okay, buddy.
Absolutely. You too. Thanks so much for the call. That was Gary in Michigan. Now, we were looking at Amazon before the break, so let's get back here. And Amazon has put in a buy the D point as well, or a Gartley buy pattern. And it did that just a couple of days ago when it created that bullish reversal candle, and it was a key reversal session. So you've got your A to B equals CD. It was 101.272. We were talking about how the bottom of the daily profile also lines up with the center of the profile. So 33.41 is a strong level of support. As we look at the weekly profile, it formed a new profile last week. It prices back above that bottom, 33.52. So the signals here from Amazon are it is in a buy mode as we speak. Now, let's go take a look at it. I don't know whether price will take out 34.23, but if it does, then it's headed higher, or at least that would be its signal. Headed higher to where? Great question. 35.11 or thereabouts. 35.11 is the green oscillator and change line. So, valid bottom inside of Amazon, a buy the D point, a Gartley buy pattern. You got a nice daily profile out there. It's fairly narrow ranged here, 33.41 to 34.23. But if the question was, now I know what the question was, if the question was, do we see a bottom inside of Amazon, the answer would be absolutely. It's completed the pattern. If we look at the intraday time frame charts on a 15-minute, you got a TD9 count, then we had a TD9 count top, so a bottom and a top. Out here, just a sideways move, but closing above the breakdown resistance level, so that's a bullish signal for the 15-minute chart. 30-minute chart out here. What do we have? Rhodes Momentum Indicator bottom. So yeah, Amazon has given us all the signals of a bottom. Now what that really means is price should go target 34.23, and above that, 35.11 or thereabouts. Steve Rhodes with TFNN. We'll be back in just a few.
Sharpening your skills as an investor is like getting better at playing a musical instrument. You have to practice, sure, but you also need excellent instruction from experts. At TFNN, you'll get advice and guidance from the authority in technical market analysis. And it's not just dry, tedious text either. TFNN airs live financial content streamed live on TFNN.com and TFNN's YouTube channel with Tiger TV, live every market day from 8:30 a.m. to 4 p.m. Eastern. For free. Each host is an experienced trader and gives their take on the market while taking calls and questions live from around the world. From the moment the market opens until the closing bell sounds, Tiger TV has 8 different shows with expert hosts to help you make the right moves with your money. Watch online at TFNN.com or on TFNN's YouTube channel and become the investor you were born to be. TFNN, educating investors.
Markets can rise and fall like the tides. Subscribe to Basil Chapman's newsletter, The Opening Call, and you too can ride the wave. Basil Chapman is an authority in technical analysis. His Chapman Wave trading system has been helping traders identify trends and capitalize on momentum in the markets since 1984. TFNN invites you to test Basil's proprietary Chapman Wave trading methodology with a monthly subscription to the Opening Call newsletter for only $149. Your subscription to the Opening Call comes with a 30-day money-back guarantee, as well as daily market updates on key indexes, stocks, and commodities. Ride the wave! Sign up for the Opening Call risk-free today.
Introducing Primal Edge.
Today, it's even more important to take a supplement that complements your health. Primal Edge is specifically formulated to boost your immune system and help with weight loss, better sleep, stress reduction, and the need to detox.
Our early ancestors found all their nutritional requirements in the wild environment. But today, our food sources don't contain the vitamins, minerals, and nutrients that we need to stay healthy and strong.
That's why we need Primal Edge Daily Nutrition. It includes a special blend of ionic, soil-based vitamins, minerals, fatty and amino acids in an easy-to-use liquid form.
Primal Edge is powered by highly concentrated humic and fulvic acids, nature's preferred delivery system. They've been called miracle molecules because, like sunlight, air, and water, without them, life cannot exist.
That's right, Ellen. They ensure we receive all the nutrition we need to be healthy and thrive. We take it every morning.
Primal Edge. Just $89 exclusively at TFNN.com.
Don't forget, you can listen to TFNN live on your mobile device 24 hours per day. Go to TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV. That's TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV.
Welcome back, folks. One of our dinners asking if the charts for light sweet crude are bullish out here. So here's what we know about light sweet crude. I've got our 4-panel chart up, our daily, weekly, monthly, and quarterly profiles. So on a daily time frame, we can see the nice Gartley buy pattern. That was formed with the 3-river morning star. I'll get rid of the A to B equals CD pattern out there. Then price makes its move higher, stalls, and now we've got a little descending trend line. So that's a resistance level with inside that daily profile. So G7, yesterday we had price close below the bottom of its daily profile, and that is priced at 69.11. The price is trading at 68.98. If we see a second close below that level of 69.11, that suggests at least you run back to that little rising trend line out there. And that's what I see. On a weekly basis, what we need to understand is price has held the bottom of its weekly profile, so that sets up a potential consolidation. So I'd say that's neutral, neither bullish nor bearish, just a consolidation. That level says watch 68.54. And I'll pull over my other daily chart here for light sweet crude, and we'll populate this. And the reason why there's the potential for a bottom is because price has also pulled back to test its breakout level of 67.84. Granted, it did fail once before, but it's back in play out here. So it's kind of a neutral signal right now because a key level of support is held, but a key level of resistance is in play. And so the honest answer to that question is neutral as we speak at 1:55 in the afternoon. So I hope that helps you all peak with regard to light sweet crude. We're just about to go to the end of the show. Okay, so just a quick peek at these market update charts. You still have the NQ trading slightly above the top of its profile. If it closes above that today and tomorrow, it's in full breakout mode. Now, you might ask the question, well, if it's in full breakout mode, we don't have that proof just yet, where would price be headed to? Great question. And just simply from a to B equals CD standpoint, we'd say about 16,488. That's about 1,300 points north of where price is trading right now. And is that a real possibility? Gosh darn, absolutely, yes. Absolutely. Folks, stay tuned. We've got 2 more great hours. Your favorite polar bear, he's up next. After that, Tom O'Brien to take us on home. I'll be back with you on Fantastic Friday. Have a terrific Thursday, folks.
Building wealth trading in the